Welcome, friends, to this transmission. This is Merissa Indigo with Divine DNA Blueprint Mystery School, here to share beautiful transmission. So let's take a moment, come into presence, and take a breath, and listen to the birds. I'm just welcoming you to close your eyes and just focus on your breath and feeling your body, feeling your seat, and just allowing your sense of hearing to really expand by quieting the other senses. I'm just inviting you to connect, eyes closed, mind wide open, rooted down into Gaia, connecting with the bird tribe, connecting with the sounds, and observing how they make you feel. Where do you feel the energy, the sensation, the emotion? What elements are present with you? You may notice a lightness, a sense of expansion, very angelic frequencies. So I've been more cognizant the last few years, more conscious of the magic that I would feel in my fields, in my heart, when I would hear birdsong. And it started in 2020. I was just really hyper aware in the spring. This was in Southern California. I started to become more drawn to observing the patterns of the birds. So spring all of a sudden became very loud because the birds had been gone in the winter and they were returning and they were celebrating. And it was really a beautiful, profound experience, a beautiful sacred remembrance, a heart expansion. Being thankful for their return and just in the human experience going through the season shifts and all the elements, all of the depth, all that arises when we go through each of the elements of the seasons every year. And so the birds coming back in the spring is such a token of a renewal, a rebirth, a resurrection of the light, of beauty. And as I said, this was a few years ago, just becoming more cognizant of them and appreciating them so much and really starting to get a sense of an angelic frequency and how they would make me feel, how the birds, and realizing my whole life how the birds had always made me feel. They're beautiful, and their songs and their flight and leaving feathers for me as gifts on the journey. It was just very impactful. So the last few months, what has come through is this amazing, I just love receiving visuals and just these downloads from God, from Source, from Gaia herself, the angels, the ancestors, the ascended masters, the lamasery, the fae, and the fairies, the elementals, the kingdoms of nature, of creation, the galactics, all of these aspects coming into one, merging within us in any given moment, allowing us to see more, to embody more, to realize and remember more about the magic and the interwoven tapestry of energetic frequency that is the unified field and our place within it. We become more sensitized to the energy. Clarity creates sensitivity or resensitization to all of our psychic gifts, our energetic and subtle energy gifts. So I was in the forest locally here in Washington, and it was drizzling a light rain, which always sounds so lovely in the forest as the raindrops hit the forest floor. And all of a sudden the rain kind of lifted a bit, and the birds were just, they were really celebrating so much. they were so loud all of a sudden, and it was just this orchestra of sound kind of rippling through the forest, all these amazing beings in the trees singing, and they all have a different pattern. And I started to see how this was an orchestra. This was almost like a symphony, you know, maybe like a 17-piece big band. All these different birds, they're each contributing a frequency of sound, and then if you can focus on each bird individually if you can see them, or just isolating the sound of their call, and then you pull back and you focus on all of it. And then it started to occur to me, oh my God, the birds are doing an immensely massive and magical grid working, holding, like masters of ceremonies. What do they do for us? They start the day. They sing the sunrise. They are gridding our entire area, the entire planet, with their songs. And it's really neat because when they're on opposite sides of the planet, well, they're in alignment with the cycles on that half. So it's like the earth and the energy around us is consistently blessed every day throughout all of time, as long as we've had bird tribe, in the morning and at nighttime. So it's like they open the day with their sacred song. I mean, it's the most beautiful bhakti yoga, I think, to see happening naturally through creation, through the birds singing as the sun rises and the day begins, and then they go about their day, and like all of us. So it's like they start the day with reverence and worship and song. And I was just seeing so much and feeling so much with this. It gets really emotional because you think about, gosh, what an amazing job they have. And I definitely think it's angelic. You know, you look at what they're doing. And so then the same at night. So it's like they open the day and then they end the day for us and go to sleep, and we all go to sleep. And it's just really beautiful to reflect on the circadian rhythms, something to explore if you haven't already. Our own bodies syncing up with the circadian rhythms, how they're affected too, like with the Schumann resonance and with all the solar flares. So our fields are so massive. I mean, our energy goes on beyond our ability to really conceive, because it just literally goes on to infinity. Everything is held there. So it's just beautiful to think again, just bringing us back to this about the birds, that they are crystalline tapestry weavers, you guys. They are grid keepers. They are grid workers. They are angelic forces here to sing the songs of creation. Soul level, crystalline, Gaia Sophia, pure consciousness through sacred song every morning for us and for all of creation. They're like creator beings. And then at nighttime. So they have their post twice a day. Just phenomenal. Truly, truly phenomenal. So as I realize and see these miracles, and am so touched by them and so expanded by them, it is part of my role here to transcribe these messages from Spirit and share them. So it brings me so much joy and delight to share this. It's very, very moving to take in the beauty, such pure and pristine beauty through nature. Such a powerful tool to bring balance to ourselves and perspective again, and connection with the divine and with so much light. So here I'm going to end this. I thank you for coming, and I'm going to actually insert the audio that I recorded in the field here to end this transmission. This is me and my daughter in the park here with the rain and these really awesome bird calls. And my next goal is to try to figure out by call who is who. Like, I want to get a local field guide here, the Pacific Northwest, to learn about who are these beings, who are these birds. So that'll be the next piece, is further identifying them. So thank you so much for joining me for this, and just sending so much of this magical air element to your heart and throat chakra. You know, to maybe think about, if you haven't already, getting into your own toning and soul song and humming your sacred hum that you can heal your cells, vibrating them into alignment again, just with humming your own voice, being the instrument. Beautiful codes, and these are the things that come up in sessions. I support people with this kind of stuff in sessions if you feel guidance would be supportive to go deeper with this. You can also do it all by yourself. So without further ado, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of this piece, and I will see you soon. Much love. These are some local birds from our neighborhood park, some forest reserve. And it's raining today, and just a beautiful day. And I feel like all the birds are singing to us. So I wanted to share them and just share the medicine of the birds. Their songs are so healing for the heart. They just are so uplifting. And I was just thinking about them and their role here, and I think a multidimensional role of the birds is that they're singing the creation songs in the morning and throughout the day, and then at night too. They, if you notice, they open our day and then they string it along and then they close it all with their song. So it's just a beautiful concept. Just a lot of these kind of more ancient or primordial First Peoples codes of nature coming through that are really uplifting and expansive for us. So I just wanted to share. And I'll see you soon.